Interesting. The webcam's a bit choppy today. Wonder if I can fix that. Ever since Agato's new update for the Wavelink chats, no, not chat. Wavelink, you know where all the sounds are stored? It's messed up a lot. And I just fixed this webcam and now it's choppy. Shouldn't be choppy. It won't stand for choppy. Just deactivate, activate. That's a lot better. So anyways, testing, 1, 2. Looks like everything is working. Well, except for the controller. 1 second.
Could it be true? What I've heard.
There we go. Hello, my name is Xanmoas, and we are back with Genshin Impact. Today we'll be doing this cooking event. Not you. Zero of friends, blah blah blah. I only have 2 days left. Traditionally, I wait these events out for a couple of days. That way I can do it all at once instead of like, you know, one at a time per day, because that's a bit slow. Plus it kind of interferes with streaming a bit. So yeah, today we're going to be doing the Wangshu Inn event. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen. So let's get started. First things first, I gotta go downstairs.
Welcome. Take a seat, please. Wangshu Inn now hiring. Urgently seeking one temporary chef willing to pay top Mora, salary negotiable.
1 second. Okay.
Look, Traveler, an urgent hiring notice and they're paying top Mora too! Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that.
Strange. Why would Wangshu Inn suddenly need a new chef? They always use that one chef that kind of sounds like a convict.
You're right, it is strange. Do you think something happened to Yanxiao? Cause that guy barely lets anyone ever set foot in his kitchen. Doesn't exactly seem like the type to hire help. The notice says interested parties should go upstairs and talk to the innkeeper Huayan. Should we go and see what's up?
You want to check up on him? You want to check how much the job pays, don't you?
Well, that. And to check up on Yanxiao, of course.
Yeah, Paimon, sure. You just want the free food. Pay's secondary. Food first. No, let's just teleport up.
Boss, there's really no need for this. It's just a little burn, that's all. It won't get in the way of my work.
Burned your wrist?
Perhaps not, but continuing to work will only hinder your recovery. You need to rest for a few days. We'll figure something out.
Huayan! Yanxiao!
Oh? Traveler and Paimon! What brings you to this neck of the woods?
We saw your hiring notice downstairs.
And we decided to come check up on Yanxiao.
I knew we shouldn't have posted that notice. It's really nothing to worry about. I'm fine. I swear.
How kind of you. My thanks to you both. And thanks on Yanxiao's behalf, too. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, Yanxiao. Just tell them what happened.
Oh, all right. Well, basically, we had a lot of guests pouring in for the lantern rite. Things got busy, I started rushing, and I ended up accidentally burning my hand while plating a dish.
That doesn't sound like you.
Well, you know what they say. Play with fire long enough and you're bound to get burned. Even the best chefs slip up sometimes. Anyway, it's nothing, just a tiny burn. I can still...
Now. I don't want you pushing yourself. You'll only make it worse. And then you'll be looking at more than just a couple of days off to recover.
But the lantern rite's only just finished. And we're still getting tons of guests. Now's not a good time for me to rest. Plus, lots of the guests are visiting from other nations. We can't just bring in some random chef off the street. We have a reputation to uphold. I refuse to let someone else ruin the good name we've made for ourselves here.
Oi, you know who you're talking to? The Traveler. He's cooked a shit ton of food for Paimon. And, to a lesser extent, me.
Listen to you. Anyone would think that you're the boss and not me. But he's not wrong. Yanxiao was one of the favorites in the Masterful Chefs tournament. No matter how you look at it, his are big boots to fill.
I don't mean to boast, but any chef of my caliber probably has their own restaurant to look after. It's not going to be easy to find someone who's got the skills and has the time to help us out.
Looks like we might have to increase the pay we're offering even further.
Okay, in that case, I win.
Do we know anyone that's a good chef and has the time to help out?
Sometimes the answer you're looking for is right under your nose.
Oh, of course, you!
Oh, right. Yes. Now I think about it, I do recall hearing good things about your cooking ability. I suppose I'd added you to my mental list of people who can hold their own in a combat situation, but forgot you can cook.
I take offense to that.
Why are you even keeping a mental list of people who can fight?
Maybe a story for another time. More importantly, I'm sure Yanxiao would be comfortable leaving his kitchen in your hands, if anyone's. What do you think, Yanxiao?
Well, since it's you, I suppose that's better than anyone else.
What do you think, Traveler? Should we do it?
You said something about increasing the pay?
I did say that, didn't I? Well, I'm a man of my word. You'll be compensated generously for your work.
I should warn you that cooking for customers is quite a different ballgame from cooking for yourself, so I'll stick around the kitchen over the next few days to help smooth things over.
Oh, so he's not leaving the kitchen after all?
I believe there's some spare kitchenware here at the inn. Boss, would you mind?
Of course, of course. I'll take care of it. Whew. All done. Come, take a look. This was made with your measurements in mind.
This carpentry is incredible. You missed your true calling.
Ah, it's nothing. A little handicraft and elbow grease goes a long way. All right, Yanxiao. I'll leave you to take it from here.
You sure Yanxiao shouldn't have this desk as well, or you're gonna take it apart after I'm done?
You really went to all the trouble of building a new stovetop? What was wrong with the original? Boy, you really hate when people touch your stuff, huh?
No, it's nothing like that. As Boss always says, hire who you trust and trust who you hire. I just thought the original setup might be a little, tall for you.
Well, everyone looks short compared to you. I don't think it would be that big of a problem.
Anyway, as I was saying, cooking for guests is different from cooking for yourself. Not only do you have to execute on taste, aroma, and appearance, but you also need to ensure speed, precision, and consistency. Having the right equipment is a big part of that. Ill-suited equipment doesn't just make the job more tiring, it also slows you down. And paying customers don't have unlimited patience. Sometimes cooking is all about being well prepared. That's how you ensure speed.
Okay, and what about precision and consistency?
Precision all comes down to using your eyes. Where to slice into a particular cut of meat, how much oil to use, how to tell when a dish is done cooking. When you cook for yourself, you can always add salt if it's too bland or add water if it's too salty. You can tweak the taste as you go, but in a restaurant, there's not that much room for trial and error.
I'm not too worried about that.
Worst case scenario, Paimon can deal with any subpar dishes by making sure they get properly disposed of.
The final thing you have to focus on is consistency. You have to be able to handle the most challenging orders with the same level of technique and skill as the easiest ones. this is particularly important when you have guests from all over, each with their own tastes and preferences. You have to cater to their own dietary needs, while also giving them the opportunity to enjoy our local delicacies.
This last point is making Paimon's head spin.
Don't worry. Matter of fact, someone as well-traveled as you may even have a better handle on it than me once you get started. And of course, I'll be around to help you over the next few days. I don't think we'll have any trouble making all our guests feel right at home.
Alright. Guess I talked to you to start.
There's no time to lose, so let's get started. I imagine you probably have a good handle on the cooking side of things already. What you need to pay attention to is remembering each table's order. Try not to get them mixed up.
Oh, Paimon's memory is like a steel trap. This is gonna be a cinch.
At the end of the day,
Which ticket are we on again? Table 1 was onions, but no chilies. Table 2 was chilies, but no onions. And table 3 was, table 3 was chilies, but hold the chilies?
Paimon, snap out of it. Why don't you grab a notepad and write these orders down? Be easier to remember.
Was Paimon just sleep floating?
You've been talking nonsense about halfway through the day.
We didn't even get a break in the middle. Paimon's brain has turned to mush. Is it always this busy here?
No, but this is peak season. You both did a mighty fine job for your first time serving guests at the inn. Luckily, all our customers were familiar faces this time around, so we didn't get any strange requests. Otherwise, today would have been even more challenging.
No strange request? Someone asked for almond tofu drizzled in soy sauce. Even Paimon has never tried that combination.
It's a wide world out there. People have all kinds of different tastes. Being able to cater to all is the real essence of Liyue cuisine. Also, the thing about requests is that they're usually very specific. So as long as you do what they asked, you're unlikely to have any issues. What's really tricky is when guests give you free rein to do anything you want.
Excuse me. Are you still open by any chance?
Permanent.
Paimon knows that voice. Let's go check it out.
What should we do? It doesn't look like anyone's here. If only we'd gotten here a bit sooner.
Wait, nobody's here? What happened to the innkeeper?
It's all right. If we start building a campfire now, we'll be eating before too long.
Right. Besides, if anyone's to blame, it's Linny. So busy being a greedy culture vulture that he lost track of time.
Linny, Lynette, Fremine, it is you!
The Fatui siblings.
Paimon? So, is the Traveler here?
Greetings.
Traveler, Paimon! What a nice surprise!
You're in luck.
Paimon was gonna say the same thing. We're just lending a helping hand at the inn.
You fill the three of them in.
Anyway, so that's how we ended up here. But what about you guys? Don't tell us. Father sent you on another mission?
No, quite the opposite, actually. We're in Liyue on vacation, and while we're here, I thought a cultural tour might be in order.
Father said we deserve some rest after everything that happened recently. Otherwise, it could jeopardize our next mission.
It's not every day we get this kind of opportunity. Linny thought it might be fun to spend some time in Liyue, especially since it's Lantern Rite season.
And the cultural tour Renee mentioned?
We could hardly pass up the opportunity to watch a Liyue-style magic show. Although, I think they call it conjuring here.
In our time here, We've seen conjuring tricks incorporated into a Liyue opera show, and even a wushu dance. It was amazing.
So, we decided to stay here for a few more days to see what other forms of inspiration this land might have in store for us. We visited Granny Roshin in Chingsa village not long ago, and today we continued our cultural tour in the area around here.
In the end, though, we lost track of time. We haven't even eaten anything yet.
Guess we better feed them.
And speaking of eating, as you know, seafood is a big part of both Liyue and Fontaine cuisine, but it's cooked very differently here. We simply had to try some local seafood after coming all this way. That's another reason why we decided to extend our trip.
Oh, need any recommendations? What have you tried so far?
That fish one with the misleading name. Sounds bland, but it's drowning in hot chilies.
Oh, you mean blackback perch soup? You're right, the name doesn't give much away.
It looked and smelled so appetizing that Lynette took a huge mouthful, blissfully unaware that she was about to set her mouth on fire. She could barely speak for the rest of the day after that.
Luckily, that wasn't a huge adjustment for her.
That was different. Did you just sound that?
What? Aren't you guys hungry too?
Yes. A little.
Yes, I'm ready to eat. Traveler, I'm afraid we'll have to send you back to the kitchen now.
Alright, 1 second. Okay. No problem. What would you like?
Good question. I doubt we'll be able to decipher the menu, so why don't you recommend something? You should be pretty familiar with our tastes.
Okay, I'll figure something out.
One more thing. Please, if you have a heart, don't make it spicy.
Spicy it is.
I thought the blackback perch stew was actually pretty tasty.
And now that you know it's spicy, you won't be caught off guard, right? Why don't we give it another chance?
Once was more than enough.
Alright. Time to cook them a meal they probably won't forget.
Fontaine, huh? No wonder they can't handle too much spice. Still, if we make the food too bland, they might as well be eating back home.
What do you recommend?
There's this crab and shrimp stir-fry I know that could work. It's quite heavily seasoned, but it's a lot milder than it looks. It has a light but really satisfying flavor.
Ooh, that sounds perfect! What's it called?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. They call it the Palace Jewels.
Ew.
The crab roe is supposed to look like pearls of gold, and the shrimp meat like chunks of jade.
That's a pretty dynamic name.
Here's the recipe. When you're ready, go ahead and give it a try.
It's better be added to my recipe book. You need to challenge or receiver or friends from afar. You must continuously prep, mix, and cook. Make a dish that the guest wants. After you begin prepping, the indicator for the slider will move back and forth between each end. When the indicator points to the corresponding area, click on the button to mark one instance of success. After you begin mixing, hold the button to make the indicator bar move over the sliding ring. When the indicator bar points to the prompted area, release the button to mark one instance of success. After you begin cooking, the indicator will be sliding back and forth between each end. When the indicator point okay. Once cooking is complete, you can grate and decorate the dish. 3 elements of dishes can be decorated: the tableware, accessories, and add-ons. Each element has several decorations to choose from. Okay. Let's give it a try then. Required ingredients, dish description: fresh dish cooked using shrimp meat, crab roll, salt, and snapdragon. People say this dish, crab roll, like pearls of gold, shrimp meat like chunks of jade. The mild flavors of this dish makes it suited for anyone who wants to taste the essential flavors of seafood. Some have rated this dish as such. What do you get when you put crab on shrimp and add freshness onto freshness? A scrumptious and flavorful dish. The tenderness of the shrimp and the crab's flour, glutinous grains grant it freshness, deliciousness, and the perfect mouthfeel. The crab roll shines brighter than gold, and the shrimp glimmers like gems, forming a jewel table fit for a palace. Alright. This is like an advanced version of the campfire cooking. Okay. I gotta get 08. Okay. The holding release at the right moment. Okay, not bad. That's at the right moment to cook. Okay, swap ornaments. Let's go with the lotus. I guess we'll go with that. And that. Finish.
Sorry for the wait. This dish is called the Palace Jewels. Enjoy.
Hey, what happened to the ornaments I set? Get out. You can't be this judgmental.
Ah, yes. We meant to say, you two must be tired after a long day of work. Do you want to eat with us?
You guys said you were hungry.
Oh, now that you mention it, Paimon is a little hungry. Well, if you insist, then who are we to refuse?
But we still let our guests enjoy the first bite.
Oh, right. Of course. You're still our customers. Why aren't you eating?
The sauce looks a little overpowering.
According to Liyue custom, it's probably good table manners to let someone else go first.
No, if you guys have something bad to say about my cooking, I'm gonna throw you all out of this tree.
Looks delicious, Traveler. I guess I'll dig in first. Here goes.
What is it? Do you need some water?
No. It's delicious. The flavor is so pure. It's drenched in sauce, but somehow it just enhances the natural flavor of the seafood. Try it for yourselves.
Alright.
What is that? Crab roe?
Yep, you have quite the palate, Lynette.
No wonder it pairs so well with the shrimp meat. I've never seen it prepared this way before.
creator. Chewy crab complements succulent shrimp, making a spectacular seafood ensemble with a succulent flavor and luscious mouthfeel. The crab roe glitters like pearls of gold, and the shrimp shines like chunks of jade. Hence its name, the Palace Jewels.
So that's where the name comes from. Huh. I suppose it's quite fitting then.
Huh. Was Paimon always this well-spoken?
She just memorized what the recipe said. She just regurgitating what someone else wrote.
This dish must be right up your alley, Lynette. Huh?
It's half gone already? When did that happen?
Or when you were busy yapping away.
I heard that in Liyue. The biggest compliment you can pay to the chef is to leave a clean plate. It's delicious. Thank you ever so much.
Wait, don't fight over it! Hey, leave some for Paimon!
Hey, they paid for the meal.
I think I'm finally getting the hang of chopsticks.
But this makes perfect, huh, for a minute?
Yeah. Well, Linny and Lynette picked it up in no time, but they're naturally dexterous. Unlike me. It's taken me a lot longer, but I'm slowly getting there. Oh, speaking of chopsticks, in one of the shows we've seen here, someone performed a conjuring trick using a bowl and chopsticks. So, if I want to be a good magician's assistant, I need to keep practicing.
You know, for a minute, if you really want to be an assistant, I think you might be better off suited as, like, I don't know, the guy strapped to the spinning board while Yane throws knives at you. You know, stuff that you don't really need to do anything for except try to survive. Just saying.
Lynette's not usually so forthcoming about what she likes. But this time, well, she's expressed it in more ways than one. I guess you've rubbed off on her too. Or maybe your cooking is simply too delicious to resist. The next time our paths cross in Fontaine, you'll have to fire up your cooking skills for my other siblings as well. How does that sound, oh great master chef?
Whatever you say, old great magician. Whenever you're free, just set the date.
Oh yeah? Well then, I'll have to clear my schedule.
Who knows, maybe in the future the Traveler will be one of your siblings. You know, as I take your sister away from you. Where is she anyways? Oh, there she is.
Let me guess where you're from.
You're not talking to a cat, are you?
Calorie surplus detected. Digestion mode engaged.
Why do you keep speaking like a robot? I've never seen you eat so much.
Yeah. Well, Linny and I are usually careful about what we eat, because we have to stay in performance shape. That, plus it's generally bad manners to overindulge at the dinner table. But once in a while, it's nice to treat yourself in the company of family. Besides, if I'd waited until my brothers were finished trying to out-polite each other, the food would have gone cold.
Sorry, dog. But this game doesn't let me pet you.
So your friends like the dish, huh? Well done. Not bad at all for your first day on the job. There'll be more to come, so keep it up.
I'll be curious to see what other guests show up. Will be Inazuma, Monsat, something like that. Huh, looks like I can make it after all. Alright. 8 o'clock, right? Wait, 6 to 8? It's a bit odd time. I may be late for one day, but I'm here.
Morning. The boss tells me that both new and returning customers have nothing but good things to say about you. I have to admit, I was a little worried about throwing you right into the deep end, but it looks like you've got what it takes to handle the day-to-day here. So it should be plain sailing. Well, just as long as we don't run into any extremely picky customers with unreasonably specific requests.
Oh, have you had someone like that before?
Yeah, well, I sense an omen in the poaching.
Of course! The worst are those old scholars who have barely cooked a day in their life, but think reading a stack of books on the topic makes them the expert. They criticize you for no reason, claiming your cooking method isn't faithful to the original, or that the flavor profile isn't authentic because you used an ingredient that wasn't in their beloved centuries-old version of the recipe.
This is Wang Shuin. It does have the look and feel of a time-honored establishment.
Well, crap. I know that voice.
Oh, innkeeper! We'll have each of your signature dishes, please, as fast as you can serve them. The most expensive ones.
Farazan! Oops, Madam Farazan.
Oh my! Traveler, Paimon, whatever are you doing here?
We could ask you the same thing. Where'd you suddenly get the funds to go sightseeing? And to order the most expensive things on the menu?
I'm not here to sightsee. Exemplary scholars like myself are highly sought after by cruise operators in need of an onboard consultant as they travel the world.
Wait, so you got those two with you?
Madam Farazan, please, slow down. None of us slept last night. How come Madam Farazan still has so much energy? If she's really over 100 years old, I don't understand how she keeps going.
Oh, son, don't pick on Layla. She's tired enough as it is. And how did you get Dory to come?
It's all my fault. She's been like this ever since I told her I'd be paying the expenses.
And how did you fall for something like that?
Layla! And Dory? Huh. Never would have bet on this combination.
Wait a minute, Kava is paying for this suspense, isn't he? Why don't you all take a seat and catch your breath? Wait, why did I say Kava? I meant
Temporary
Kave.
chef,
Kave,
huh?
that was it.
Wow. No rest for the wicked. Well, if the chef here is trusting you to run his whole kitchen, then I've got no doubt we're in for some authentic Leo's specialties.
So, why are you all in Liyue again? Something about being an onboard consultant?
I got my hands on a new boat from Fontaine a while ago, equipped with cutting-edge navigation technology. If we manage to spread the word, it could have huge business potential. Right now, we're doing some test runs. We sailed from Port Ormos to Rito, then from Rito to Liyue Harbor. Next, we're planning to go to Dornman Port. Oh, Madame Farazan and me were hired to fine-tune the compass and other equipment. We sailed around the Sea of Clouds all of last night to put the system through some stress testing.
That sounds like illegal overtime.
Overtime for which they'll both be fairly compensated. They're both here willingly. The contract is crystal clear on that.
You really cover all your bases, don't you? Let Paimon guess. Paying the expenses is part of the compensation, isn't it? No wonder Madame Farazan is going for all the most expensive dishes.
And you just screwed over Farazan.
It's not every day someone tells you to order whatever you like. Now, first up, we'll have the... Farazan, Madam Farazan, that is. While I am more than happy to treat you both to the most expensive dishes on the menu, we must remember that most expensive does not always mean best. I've heard that the most expensive dishes in Liyue are usually either seafood-based or take an exceptionally long time to prepare. Now, I don't know about you two, but after so many days at sea, I don't think I can so much as look at another piece of seafood again for at least the foreseeable future. Huh. That's actually a good point. Not to mention that poor Layla here looks like she's about to faint from hunger.
Huh? Oh, that's not because of hunger.
Surely the wise and virtuous Madame Farazan could not bear to watch her poor students sit here and waste away. Oh, well, of course I care about my students' well-being, but why do I feel like I'm being tricked? So, let's not order anything that'll take too long to prepare. Aside from that and seafood, we'll take whatever other expensive dishes you have. Over to you, Traveler.
Okay, stew. Oh, what about the Great Moor pile? I made that a lot of times in Sumeru. Because that one guy thought he was getting rich off it.
No seafood and nothing that takes too long to cook. The rest is up to you. I had my eye on Adeptus Temptation, bamboo shoot soup, and golden shrimp balls. But I suppose I'll have to wait for the next time. But that could be years from now.
Aw, Madame Farazan looks so deflated all of a sudden. Please still try to choose dishes on the expensive side, okay?
Oh, you guys are really complicating things. And the battery died. Good thing I grabbed some spares. Now, if only I can open this controller. I had a feeling it was going to die one of these days. No, I would get like a rechargeable one or a wireless version. Problem is, I did have a wired one once, and for some reason it stopped working. So I'll probably get a rechargeable battery pack at some point when I can afford one.
So, expensive, but no seafood, and nothing that takes too long to cook. That rules out pretty much our entire menu. Do these people get a kick out of being impossible to please?
Ugh, that Dory! Is she doing this on purpose?
I bet more that she is.
This isn't Lioli Pavilion or Xinhua Kiosk. This is Wangshu Inn. We don't stock up on rare and exotic ingredients. We only get them in if someone puts in a special reservation. Well, if we're stuck with regular ingredients and we're on a time limit, there's only one way to bump up the price. And that's by cooking a dish that uses the chef's expertise and creativity to the fullest. As it happens, I know a recipe for something called trembling strings and rushing reeds. It can be whipped up quickly with what we already have in the kitchen. One plate usually goes for 30,000 mora.
Damn. Also, couldn't we just do powder mop more? I remember that recipe. And, be a good way to teach Dory a lesson.
30,000? But if it's quick to make and isn't fancy, what exactly makes it so special?
The price.
Quick doesn't have to mean quick and easy. To perfect this dish, you need expert knife work and very precise control over the heat. You have to finely slice several different types of meat into fine threads, knead them together into strips, then gently stir-fry them in the pan. What you end up with is a whole variety of flavors that come through layer by layer. This dish is unique in offering a harmonious blend of multiple kinds of meat, all cooked to perfection, while still bursting with their own distinct flavors. Do it right, and you've got a culinary masterpiece in your hands. But if you botch it, it's just a bunch of meat thrown on a plate.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! So this dish gets its value not from the ingredients, but the chef's expertise!
Do you think I'll be able to pull it off?
Now, don't worry. I can take care of the kneading and other prep work for you. You just focus on bringing it all together.
Believe in yourself. You can do this! And if you mess it up, Paimon will still be happy to eat it.
I just feel like this is the last one. The way they're phrasing it, I have to work on a masterpiece to please them. A stir-fried dish made from a variety of meat that has layers, even entire floors of flavor. Simple ingredients, unique creativity, and an intricate cooking process make this an unparalleled delicacy fit for any gourmet seeking the very finest of flavors. They say in UA that lutes have 5 strings and flutes have 7 apertures, and that this dish is correspondingly made with 5 meats and 7 side dishes. That said, it is doubtful that any chefs could make a dish as complicated as the story claims. Time to prove them wrong. Funny how this one is simple, but the first one was like 8 cuts. Alright, mixing next. How's that one my fault? God damn, that actually looks good. I thought it was like threads, like no, like a string. That's like amazing. Alright, swap ornaments. They're from some arrows, so let's go green. Let's go with tree. And let's go with Vinci cake? Yeah, that's good. This is Sumeri special. I'll double the price. 60,000 more.
Food's ready. Please enjoy.
Ooh, smells delightful. Oh, we meant to ask, have you two eaten breakfast yet? If not, why don't you join us at the table?
What's a catch?
Did Dory just offer us a free meal? When did she become so generous?
She hates the cooking.
Let's not forget that the biggest business deals are always settled over a meal. Come on, come on, come on, sit down and join us. Everyone, dig in. This dish looks simple enough, and I did my research, so surely it can't cost all that much. Worst case scenario, maybe 10,000 mora?
30,000.
This dish had better be worth working overtime all night for. Well, Traveler, this is the moment of truth.
Oh, so tired. So sleepy. I just want to eat up and get to bed.
Everyone begins to eat, each having their private
Is
concerns.
this foul? Oh, wait. No, the texture is more like shroom boar.
There's a different flavor in every bite. And the discerning palate might detect a hint of something smoked, too. Quite marvelous. How is this made?
Farah-san? Why are your eyes trembling like that? Do I need to call you a doctor? The smoking is from the ham. That was my addition.
Ham? But I don't see any ham anywhere.
Oh.
Haha! So you've noticed. Yep, every single strip is needed from several different kinds of meat. Paimon and Yanxiao put in a lot of effort to make it just right.
So I'm not an expert or anything, but don't different meats have different cooking times? How is everything in this dish cooked to perfection?
Well, you see, that's a trade secret.
I know some special cooking techniques.
Wow. So this dish really is one of a kind. That makes the whole trip worth it. By the way, does this special dish have a name?
Paimon forgot to mention that part. The dish is called Trembling Strings and Rushing Reeds, alluding to the way that the different threads of meat are woven together. And also,
The complex layers of flavor, yes? Akin to the harmonies of a musical ensemble? The name, if I'm not mistaken, is a Liyue idiom that evokes a vigorous orchestral performance featuring both stringed and wind instruments playing together. Quite an apt name for this dish.
how did you know all that?
Every student has to master at least 20 languages before they graduate. Wait, is that not a requirement anymore?
Huh? Oh, that used to be a thing?
Sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot that you're also from Harabatat.
Well, it sounds like a nightmare, but in reality, everyone speaks English.
So, anyway, how much does this dish cost?
30,000.
Oh, don't worry, not too much. That'll be, 30,000 more, please and thank you.
30,000? About that, Paimon, Traveler, I merely invited you to join us at the table, did I not? I don't believe I committed to paying for you.
Nice try. A lawyer would actually defend me on that one.
So, perhaps we could split the bill accordingly?
Oh, Paimon knew it was too good to be true.
30,000 more sure isn't an outrageous amount by the most magnanimous Lord Xanmoas. So it's a boss. We should be able to do a 20% discount.
Yeah, as a famous merchant, you've got a reputation to uphold.
But every single mora matters, you know? All right. I'll just consider that the cost of learning about this dish. Once I'm back in Sumeru, I'll be sure to find someone to help me recreate the dish. And then I'll make it all back.
Leave Kabe alone.
I feel so much better now that I've gotten some food in me. Delicious food really does wonders for one's spirit.
I never thought you'd take on such strenuous work.
My advisor said that young people shouldn't stay cooped up in the academia all the time. They told me that I should take the chance to get out and see the stars in other skies. Maybe I can think of it as my first internship experience. But it sure is exhausting.
Poor Layla. Maybe one day you can fully wake up.
Now, how should I justify a high price tag for a dish without any fancy ingredients? Maybe start by giving it a fancy-sounding name?
By the way, the whole spiel about no seafood and not taking too long to cook. Be honest, you chose Rangshu in to try and save money, didn't you?
I should have known you'd see through me. Everyone was exhausted and seasick when I made the offer last night, so I figured they probably wouldn't be able to eat all that much today. Well, you saw how that turned out. I tried placing some limitations on the order to keep costs under control, but you still found a way around my schemes. That's what I get for not thoroughly researching the market beforehand.
Maybe next time read the menu.
Hey, you're not even paying those too much of a salary. Just treat them fairly next time and don't be so stingy.
You want to talk Paimon, you freeload whenever you get the chance.
Well, yeah, but that's why Paimon's qualified to talk about this.
Now, where's Valushan? Valu-san.
Even though I didn't get to try Adeptus Temptation or Bamboo Shoot Soup, this Trembling Strings and Rushing Reeds was still quite impressive. Thank you for making it.
I never thought you'd take a job away from the any wounds.
Well, about that. Even though newfangled contraptions are hardly my cup of tea, Dory's offer was quite enticing. She said that every time we stopped at a new harbor, I'd be free to go and pick out some ancient books at the market and bring them back to Sumeru. I couldn't resist an offer like that. So I offered to join for the lowest possible pay to undercut all my Kasharawar competitors.
Another day well served.
We're off to a good start this morning. Keep up the good work. I'm counting on you.
Wait, I'm still cooking? You can put on work flat out until closing time, blah 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 blah. And 6 o'clock again. Now, who will we be serving? Perhaps someone from Inuyasuma? Or it could be Mondstadt.
Morning. Time to fire up the stove for another day of customers. Thanks again.
With days of experience now under your belt, the work is becoming second nature.
Great work. Well, you're looking more like a head chef every day. Whatever crazy characters come walking through that door, I know you'll be able to handle them.
Wait, no! Every time you say something like that, you jinx it!
Hey, that's not true. Anyway, I didn't mean it like that.
You monster, you summoned an Oni.
Dude, what up, bro? I didn't know you were in Liyue too. It's always nice to run into a Brody and a Zoomin fellow. Wait, did I say that right?
Almost. I think you meant fellow Inazuman abroad, boss.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, we gotta look out for each other when we're this far from home. Don't we, Ayato?
Oh, Checker! What are you doing here?
Huh? Oh, hey, Flying Lavender Melon! The sky-cleaving white iron variety. And my compadre, too! All my buddies in one place! God, today's my lucky day!
You always seem to be in UA. Are you planning to venture into Sumeru and Fontaine next?
Didn't you say you were gonna knuckle down and earn some more when you got home? How come you're back in Liyue so soon?
That could wait. As soon as I announce that Arataki Ito is available for hire, they'll be throwing Mora at me. Right now, I got a more urgent situation to attend to. I'm in the mood for some good, spicy food. Oh, and while we're here, we were gonna also see if Grandmaster Hanakado's okay and whatnot.
Look on Shinobu's face seems to say, don't ask. So what about you, Ayato?
Not too long ago, I heard a rumor that someone was hosting an Onikabuto fighting contest in Liyue. Naturally, I came here as soon as I could, but alas, it was too late.
Wait, seriously?
What? You missed it? Aw, man, what a bummer!
Ito, you're the one who ran it.
Quite the bummer, indeed. Though all is not lost. Since you're here, you'll be able to tell me all about it.
Sure thing, my man. But let's catch up over some food, huh? Where's the chef, anyway? Hey, get the chef out here! I got compadres to feed!
I am the chef.
Yeah, sure, me too. Wait, what?
Wow, Bullchucker set up that one for us really nicely. Gotta give him some credit for that.
But the main chef is another guy.
Good one, compadre. You almost got me there. All right, well, get the chef out here.
You and Paimon go to the kitchen to fetch Smiley Shunjo.
So,
Yancho.
may I take your order? If you're entertaining guests, I can recommend the Palace Jewels, a Trembling Strings and Rushing Reeds, or...
Boss, don't forget the budget.
Yeah, okay. Got anything a little more, down to earth?
What was that?
Down to earth. Oh, well, we do a mean humbly enough. Real hearty dish with a ton of flavor, and we don't skimp on the portion size either. That'd be the best value for your Mora.
Humbly enough, huh? Oh, sounds like my kind of grub. We'll take that. No need for anything fancy. We're all friends here.
Excellent choice, Ito. I'm no fan of culinary ostentation either. Sometimes a bro just knows,
A bro just knows. Yes, a bro just knows. Bros don't suppose, 'cause bros just knows.
Is this for real? Oh, whatever. Paimon's leaving you guys to it.
I'm gonna lie, that's actually pretty clever. Bose just knows.
Seriously, if I'd blinked, I would have missed it. Crimson Staff just launched itself at Bloom Pruner and sent it flying.
I'd expect no less of the bona fide Beetle Battle King himself. It sounds like a truly epoch-defining duel.
He cheats all the time. What? You guys having to say?
The air was getting stifling, so I made some excuses and slipped away. Anyway, thanks for taking the hint earlier. I'll fill you in later.
You know, Ito and Fontaine sounds like a truly extraordinary event. You'll probably get arrested for having, you know, the insects. Like, illegally bringing in insects from other regions into Fontaine. Which is probably a rule, because there was that whole event about fishes.
Gotta say, your friend's quite a character. Still, humbly enough isn't that hard to make, so I don't think we'll have any problems with this order.
Actually, why is it called humbly enough anyway? A hearty meat dish is a good start, but in Paimon's experience, one humble dish is never enough.
I said it was hearty, but I never said it contained meat. Don't be fooled by the appearance. It's actually just tofu, made to look and taste like meat.
Tofu.
Wait, tofu's made of beans, isn't it? Oh, Bullchucker can't eat that. Guess we should get them to pick something else instead.
What's the issue? I think I caught the word tofu.
Wait, what are you doing? The kitchen is staff members only. Never mind. I'll let it slide. Ma'am, could you possibly ask your boss to order something else instead?
No one gets my bro Ayato like I do. I hereby declare that humbly enough will be an everlasting symbol of our friendship, or my name ain't Arataki Ito! Hey, where's our food at? Hurry up, I'm almost done recounting the epic adventures of Crimson Staff.
Wow. You must have got paid a bonus to do that whole Alito thing. You just did.
As you can see, changing the order may be a little difficult.
Why don't we just remove the beans?
Oh, brother, his whole ego is riding on this, huh? Even if we break the news to him, he'd probably rather eat the tofu than eat his words.
We're locked in now. We gotta cook that dish. How about we throw some free appetizers in?
Sounds good. I'll make sure he fills up on those. We'll just have to play the rest by ear.
Time to poison him, I guess.
I never knew tofu allergy was even a thing. Okay, I'll handle the appetizers. You take care of the main event.
Wait a minute.
I can help too. Don't worry, I'm qualified. I passed Liyue's senior culinary exam once.
Wait, so tofu actually has beans in it. That's different. Well, it's the first I ever heard of that.
Seriously, if I'd blinked, I would have missed it. Crimson?
I'd expect no less.
No, I thought there was going to be something new here. I've ever gotten a nostalgic UA-style dish, one's #1 choice for a hearty tucking in. It requires one to craft the colors and aromas of meat from tofu, which demands much of the chef's seasoning skills. Word has it that this dish was designed for those with older folks with weakened teeth. Perhaps it's also a chef's duty to ensure that old people can enjoy good food. Okay. Easy. Oh, that wasn't so hard. It looks awesome. Now let's switch to ornaments. Or Earth, because he's a Geo user. Maybe this. Too bad we don't have purple. Purple for Inusuma. So I guess we'll go yellow. I mean, it's another type of card that's used for drawing lightning.
Food's here!
Oh, so this is humbly enough. You guys don't mess around. Woo! Love me that portion size.
Yeah, just be aware. This may hurt your stomach.
Come on, compadre, grab a seat. We're all friends here, so don't hold back. I'm just gonna dig right in.
Boss, we should respect the local customs. Here in Liyue, it's polite to let the guests eat first.
What? What the heck is this reverse psychology you're pulling off here?
Polite? Shinobu, I thought old-timey traditions weren't your style.
Now that I'm finished in the kitchen, I'm a guest too.
Huh? Are you kidding me, compadre? Oh, wait, I get it. The food smells so dang good, now everyone's dying to go first. Well, guess I only got my own good taste to blame. Go on, dive in. I'll wait till last.
You, Paimon, Arato, and Shinobu help yourself, leaving very little meat behind.
I see.
Finally, it's my turn. Woo-hoo! I spy a big chunk of deliciousness with my name on it.
Wait! Don't!
Huh? Wait, what is it now?
You got this, Paimon.
Okay, here goes. Anyway, so, Paimon forgot to tell you the really cool origin story of this dish.
Wait, are we just gonna not let him eat at all?
Origin story? Dude, who cares where it came from? We all know where it's going. Am I right? Down the gullet!
Skipping the origin story is like going traveling without a tour guide. Trust Paimon, you get way more out of the experience after you hear it.
Paimon makes an astute observation. Much as every tea must be appreciated on its own terms, is it not a waste of the chef's goodwill to sample a dish without hearing its tale?
My compadre's goodwill, huh? Well, can't have that going to waste. All right then, give me the full story. I'm all ears.
That's more like it. Let's start with the ingredients. Actually, no. Let's start with the story of Wang Xuan, which starts with the history of Dihua Marsh.
Now's our chance, Traveler.
Got it. While Ito is distracted, you and Shinobu begin to gobble down the whole dish.
Tale of Dihua Marsh hits hard. People in the past had it pretty rough. Makes you appreciate what you got. Humbly enough, yeah, that's a good way to think about life.
Darn, there's no sad way to tofu from here. How did we get so off topic? Well, good news is there's only a little bit left.
We're already beyond stuffed.
Oh, compadre, Shinobu, have you been eating this whole time? Save me some dregs, why don't ya? That's it, I'm done waiting. It's my turn to eat.
Wait, boss, that's made of...
One moment, Ito. I have a small request, if you would be so kind as to consider it. I left home in a hurry and was unable to bring any of my family with me. They've all heard so much about you and are huge admirers of the Arataki gang, so they will be devastated to learn that they missed out on this opportunity. However, if you were willing to let me bring the remaining portion of Humbly Enough back to them, I'm sure it will help to lift their spirits.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boss, you gotta do right by your friends. They're pretty big on that in Liyue. Besides, you did eat quite a lot of the grilled fish while we were waiting for the main course. Including mine and Ayato's.
Huh? Oh, those were for you guys? Ah, dang it! I got too carried away telling that story, didn't I? In that case, pass my regards to your fan, bro. El Chefe, can we get the rest of this to go?
I feel like we were being extra mean with Ayato. Couldn't we just like figure out another way to cook this dish? Now he's probably hungry.
Count Crushmore. Instant kill. I never knew there were so many elite beetle fighters in Liyue.
You didn't really come here for the only Kabuto fighting contest, did you?
Can you imagine? That would be tardiness of the most unfashionable variety. No, in truth, this trip is part business, part leisure.
How come you didn't come to the Lantern Rite then?
Every visitor has their own agenda. For some, the festivities are all the more reason to visit. For others, all the more reason to avoid the crowds. In any case, one way or another, I seem to have ended up in the right place at the right time. Now, as for the leftover tofu... Yes, I'm sure Toma will dispose of it as he sees fit.
Not gonna offer anything to your sister? That's mean.
I have to get back to the docks as soon as this meal is done.
So why did you really come to UA?
Well, thing is...
I can explain. Boss recently found work as a sailor, which allowed him to hitch a ride here. After the ship docked, he had some free time to do as he pleases. He's been using that time to hang out with Grandmaster Hanakato.
Just because he's here already! No other reason!
So, what, you work on the Beidou now? So, what was it you said?
I have to get back to the docks as soon as this meal is... Well,
I can explain. Boss recently found after the ship docked, he had some free time.
just because he's here already!
Well, hold on, that explains him. What are you doing here? Oh well.
Looks like that's all sorted. All right. Take some time to collect yourself. The next big group is coming in.
Rest of the day passes without incident. Alright. 6 o'clock again. Alright, let's just check my phone.
How time flies. My burns are almost healed now, so I should be ready to take back the kitchen tomorrow. You've really gone above and beyond these past few days. Last day today. Here's hoping we get through it without incident.
Why does Paimon feel like you just jinxed us again?
Well, only leaves us with 2 options. Mondstadt or more UA people. Day passes without incident.
We made it all the way to the evening. It ended up being a pretty smooth day after all. Maybe it's because we've gotten so experienced at running this whole thing. We've come a long way since our first day on the job, haven't we? Back then, we were struggling to remember who ordered what. But everything's a piece of cake now.
Don't get ahead of yourself, the day still isn't over yet.
Yeah, but who would come by this late in the evening? Actually, now that Paimon thinks of it, Lenny and his siblings came around about this time the first day, didn't they?
Hello, Amber. EULA. Eula and... Your name escapes me.
Traveler? Paimon? Fancy seeing you two here.
Amber? And Eula and Mika too!
Mika.
Are you here for dinner? Why so late in the day?
We just finished an escort mission for a merchant caravan. The original plan was to make do with some rations for this evening and continue our trek north towards Stonegate. But Captain Eula brought up the fact that none of us have eaten Liyue cuisine for quite some time. We thought we might as well swing by the inn and see if we can still order something.
Ooh, so this is Eula's treat, huh?
We've been eating the same rations for the entire trip, so I simply thought it was high time we had ourselves a proper meal. Do you have a problem with that?
Well, welcome to Wangshu Inn. May I take your order?
Good question. What should we get? Wait a sec. Why are you taking our order?
You're the world's best chef.
Traveler's been filling in for the chef here. You came at just the right time. You'll be the last customers to enjoy her cooking before the original chef takes back the reins.
Wow, really? Good thing Eula suggested we come here. I wouldn't want to miss this. So, what shall we get? I'm not as familiar with Liyue cuisine as I used to be. Mika, Eula, what are you in the mood for?
Anything goes. I'm just looking forward to trying the honorary knight's cooking for myself. I'm sure it'll be a great learning opportunity for me.
Something small, I suppose. We have to hit the road again after we eat. Beyond that, anything goes.
Wasn't it your idea to come here, though? Yeesh, this is like getting blood from a stone. All right, guess it's up to you, Amber. You name it, we'll cook it.
Huh? Then I guess... I don't really mind either. Anything goes.
Ah!
Yo, terrible orders. Why does no one ever read from a menu?
I'm sorry. I really can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, I could pick from the menu at random, but I'd feel more comfortable leaving the chef to choose.
Oh, one thing. I know I said I don't mind what we have, but no alcohol, please. Neither of them can drink. It's a real pity.
I've still got some sparkling water here.
You really acts like either our older sister or mother to them. Very well.
Anything goes, huh? Oh dear. This is a chef's worst nightmare. With no idea of your customers' palates, you're left to make a wild guess.
Well, let's just make everything and make them pay a fortune.
Still, now that you've worked in the kitchen for so many days, I have faith that you'll be able to figure it out. Go on. Show them what you've got.
You think, what do they like? What could they be craving? What about some Mondstadt chicken? Anything goes. Okay. A simple dish filled with rich flavors straight from the wok. Made from stir-fried ham, bird eggs, rice, or no manner of ingredients. They say that the myriad recipes for fried rice has resulted in it being considered the first choice for those who don't know what to eat at the moment. Of note is the fact that the simple dish is, in truth, quite the comprehensive test of a chef's capabilities. Only skill and will, they say, will get you a dish that brings back memories of home. Alright, time to bullshit my way through this. I'm on status. You deserve the Moonlight Red Silk. This one and this one.
This is delicious. Perfectly seasoned, and even the rice is bursting with flavor.
Nothing like a piping hot meal served straight from the stove. I've missed this.
You've put the finest Favonian field rations to shame, and that's no mean feat. So, tell us, Traveler, what's this one called?
It's called... Paimon's guessing we can't just call it anything goes, right? Oh, hell, Paimon doesn't know how to explain this dish at all. It's got no name, it's just basic ingredients simply cooked.
Basic ingredients? Simply cooked? Really? I could have sworn that you put something fancy in here, or gave it some kind of chef's magic touch.
This isn't the finest dish in the world, but it's one you need right now.
Not the finest dish in the world, but the one they need right now. Okay, you've lost Paimon. What do you mean?
You've been on the road for a long time, and you've only been eating field rations the entire time.
So you mean we only think this is delicious because we're so hungry? There's got to be more to it than that.
Perhaps the fact that the aroma of freshly cooked hot food is a welcome change from cold, pre-prepared rations.
Oh, kinda like the feeling of waking up to the smell of freshly baked bread in the morning? Huh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's almost like we're back at Good Hunter again.
But Good Hunter's in Mondstadt. Why make a point of trying Liyue cuisine if you can't even taste the difference?
Oh, I'm not talking about the taste. I just meant the feeling of comfort, you know? It's like the feeling of coming home.
Comfort. Coming home. Well, Yanxiao did say we want to make our guests feel right at home.
What makes for a tasty dish is highly subjective. Everyone's got their own preferences. But chef caters to all comers. Gotta put ourselves in their shoes. And that's a chef's passion for putting smiles on customers' face.
So in other words, the secret ingredient is passion?
Well, it's better than love.
Despite how terribly cliched that sounds, I'll admit that it holds true for this meal. Well played. Mark my words, I'll remember this recipe.
Okay, but you can't really have a recipe without a name though, right? Have we come up with a name for this dish yet?
Haven't really thought that far. Do you have any ideas?
How about right at home?
How about anything goes?
The rations we brought were adapted for my signature moon pies. To come up with something even tastier. I gotta hand it to you. You did a great job. Still, please do drop by and try a few Stormcrest pies next time you're in town. I insist.
Okay. Amber?
Sorry, I zoned out just now. Didn't see you coming.
Has something on your mind?
Yeah, that food you cooked for us just now, it reminded me of the meals my grandfather used to make for me. I thought I'd forgotten how they tasted, but it all came rushing back. He used to make Liyue dishes all the time. I'd do my outrider training with him until the evening, then wait patiently at the dinner table. I'd sit there with the smell of delicious food wafting in from the kitchen, waiting for him to finally emerge with the goods. Sometimes we'd have Eula around for dinner, and even though she'd always find something to complain about, I could tell she really enjoyed the food.
So maybe she remembers too. And maybe that's why she suggested you come here for dinner.
Your words, not mine. Don't ask her about it. She'll only give you another earful.
Back when I was on the expedition with the Grand Master, I was often put in charge of cooking. Under the circumstances, I could only cook some pretty crude meals. But everyone still enjoyed them a lot. Maybe passion was the secret ingredient then too.
Perhaps.
There you are. Thank you for all of your hard work over the past few days.
My pleasure, assuming I'm still being paid, that is.
Straight down to brass tacks, are we? Here, take it. I've thrown in a little extra as well. Call it a bonus. Hard work is rewarded here.
Yay! It's like all the tiredness and stress have suddenly melted away.
I'm just lucky you only worked on this job for a few days. At the rate you were progressing, a few more weeks and I think I might be made redundant.
Well, I, for one, look forward to enjoying your cooking many, many more times in the future.
Anytime. Bring some friends with you next time, and I'll show you all what Smiley Yenshao can do when working with both hands intact.
Great! Although, just to be on the safe side, cook carefully in the meantime. You may have just jinxed it again.
Alright. Well, that's that event done. And they all loved it. Wait a minute, what's this? Ah, chippy reactions. I thought they were all happy. Why is these two a bit sus about it? Why are you smiling? You have to pay full price. Why are you smiling? You never ate a damn thing. Alright. I think that's it for now. I would do this, but I think I need to wait a couple more days before I can do it. And I say that because I want to do all the missions at once and not like per day kind of thing. It'll make streaming a bit of a nightmare. I would try a roll, but I don't exactly want these characters. I want to wait it out. I'm going to do Chori Eva. I'm going to wait it out for maybe like, I don't know, Aochino if she comes out. Assuming she is a character. Yeah. This event was a little fun. It's a bit of a more complicated version of the regular cooking style. And, it's funny seeing the whole cast of characters here. Trying to enjoy the cooking. Even though Ito never got to eat a damn thing. Except for grilled fish, apparently. What else can I say? What else can I say? No, I think that's pretty much it. It's a small, little, enjoyable event. And that's pretty much all I can say. I know it's a bit weird to, like, not summarize the whole thing, but I've never been good at that. Plus, yeah, I've just never been good at it. So I'm going to end the stream for today. I hope everyone enjoyed, and please tune in next time. I'll probably be continuing the, that world quest thing, and then back to Neverlette's story. I swear, they need to figure out a way to deal with that, because it's a bit awkward of a roadblock. To be roadblocked by constant quests that you might not done. And I wasn't trying to do the world quest, because some of them tend to be more story than they laid on. Anyways, please tune in next time. See ya.